There were a lot of questions, especially towards the end of the questionnaire, that said, in the last 2 weeks have you this, in the last 2 weeks have you that, and in the last month have you experienced. And I thought those were very odd questions, and so I finished answering them and then asked what that was about. And I was informed that with lung cancer, normally by the time you have any symptoms at all, you don't have very much time. And that was why those questions were. So, but I felt very cocky that I was completely healthy.
It's been described as relaxing, enjoyable, and addictive. Smoking, that is. 58% of Canadians are current or former smokers. About 85% of lung cancer cases are related to smoking. Lung cancer is the #1 cause of death due to cancer in Canada. I'm Sheila Walsh. Finding the Answers is a series that will introduce you to some remarkable patients and doctors from Toronto's University Health Network. UHN includes the hospitals Princess Margaret, Toronto General, and Toronto Western. Kathy Kernahan was born during the Second World War in Toronto, the middle child of Kay and Gordon Kernahan. As a teenager growing up in the 50s, smoking was the cool thing to do. It was the ultimate form of rebellion for a Toronto teenager. It was a habit that stayed with her through each new phase of her life, including one of her most important ones, that of mom. Son Gordon was born in 1979 and daughter Kaylee in 1981. Kathy's life revolved around her two children, who would play a pivotal role in getting her to quit her cool habit. In today's program, we'll find out how Kathy's life changed when she made a simple phone call.
I was a bad smoker for a lot of years. I had not smoked for 15 years, 14 or 15 years at that point in time. But prior to that, I'd certainly done my fair share and more. I tried a few times, and I don't know what finally made me quit. Probably my children, and probably I was going to be too embarrassed to say I'd failed again. I have an agency. We manage actors, and I manage this association as well. And I've done this for many, many, many years. I'm the sole owner, but I've had a lot of wonderful people work for me, a lot of wonderful actors. I'm negotiating contracts for them and either finding work for them, or with more established people, assessing whether it's a good thing for them to do. And they're all wonderful, creative people. I'm involved in lots and lots of stuff, and have two children who are now away that just finished university, the second one. I was in having my annual checkup with my doctor, and I saw something posted on the wall, a sign, which I asked about, and it was a notice about this early lung cancer detection study. And so I asked about it and took down the number and put it on my desk and got busy, and about a month later got around to calling the number and making an appointment. It advertised that you could have a full upper body scan, and you can't buy that easily in this country. I thought, especially at my age, that was a wonderful thing and a great opportunity, and I better take advantage of it. I certainly had no symptoms. I was healthy and energetic, and no symptoms, no reason to do it other than it was available.
The early lung cancer screening study's goal is to determine if low-dose CT scans are an effective screening technique to detect lung cancer in its early stages for people at high risk of the disease. Kathy Kernahan decided she wanted to be part of the study at Princess Margaret Hospital. On March 11, 2004, Kathy Kernahan agreed to undergo a CT scan at UHN's Princess Margaret Hospital, the only facility in Canada devoted exclusively to cancer research, treatment, and education. The 60-year-old businesswoman and mother of two, though a former smoker, considered herself to be healthy. The CT scan that Kathy received under the Early Lung Cancer Screening Study was made possible by the generous support of the Lucy Wong Fund. Lucy Wong was a dedicated librarian who graduated from the University of Waterloo in 1973. Sadly, even though she was a non-smoker, Lucy developed lung cancer and passed away on January 18, 2002. To honor his wife's memory and help in the battle against lung cancer, Lincoln Wong created the Lucy Wong Lung Cancer Early Detection Research Fund. The study was launched in September 2003. Leading the team, Dr. Heidi Roberts, Associate Professor of Radiology at the Department of Medical Imaging at UHN.
For the longest time in the last decades, there was nothing available for the early diagnosis of lung cancer. Lung cancer screening just didn't exist. Chest radiographs that were available just don't show the cancers early enough to make an impact and actually allow the diagnosis early enough and cure is still possible. And it was about 10 years ago when so-called low-dose computer tomography was developed and used for lung cancer screening. So it's very comfortable, no intervention necessary, no needle, no injection.
CT, computed tomography, sometimes called CAT scan, uses special X-ray equipment to obtain image data from different angles around the body. Computer processing of the information is then used to show a cross-section of body tissues and organs. The inventors of computed tomography were awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine for Diagnostic Methods in 1979.
CAT scans, computer tomography is very common, has been around for a long time, and just the dose was reduced considerably so that the radiation is now just in a magnitude of maybe a handful of regular chest radiographs. But the resolution is much, much better. Within a threshold, we scan the whole chest in very thin slices, 1.25 millimeters. And you get a very detailed depiction of the normal anatomy of the lung and also a very detailed depiction of anything that's abnormal in the lung. Nodules, this is what we're looking for. We can see when they are only a few millimeters in size, and as such we can also see the lung cancers when they are only a few millimeters in size. And this is what we are targeting in this study, using low-dose computer tomography for the early detection of lung cancers when they are still a small nodule.